So if you're selling on Etsy and your account has been shut down or suspended for seemingly no reason at all, then I'm here to tell you not to panic, because these shutdowns are actually extremely common and the vast majority of them can be fixed very easily. Normally meaning that you can even get your account back in as little as 10 days. And now in this video, I'm gonna walk you through all of the reasons why your account may have been suspended, either straight away as soon as you opened your Etsy shop, or whether it be further down the line. So whatever the reason is, I'll help you get to the bottom of it. And of course, I'll also show you the exact steps that you need to take to get your account back, because this is something that's happened to me personally. So let's first start with looking at the exact reasons why your account may have been suspended in the first place. So first reason is you could have entered mismatched or incorrect information when actually opening your Etsy shop. So look, when you're going through and you're putting all your details in and you're opening up your Etsy shop for the first time, you need to make sure that all of these details are correct, and most importantly, that they all match up properly. And now the main one that I see people getting caught out with here is the bank details. So you need to make sure that your bank details are right, and also the address of your bank is also 100% correct, because this is the main one. If Etsy see a mismatch here, especially in the banking details, they will shut your shop down immediately, no questions about it. And then the second reason is going to be if you intentionally put in dishonest information when opening your shop. So look, straight off the bat, I'm going to tell you, don't open your Etsy shop with a VPN turned on, okay? This is immediately going to flag on the Etsy system and you're just going to get shut down immediately. And now I know it's tempting there, if you live in a country outside of the US, Canada, or the UK, I know it's tempting to put one of these locations as the primary address of your business, because then of course you'll get a lot more primary country traffic coming from those countries. But I'm here to tell you, it's not worth doing. Honestly, it's not worth doing, guys. Etsy will notice this and they'll shut your account down. They've got so many systems in place to check this information is correct, and you will get caught out with it. So then third reason I see people getting their accounts suspended is because they never verify the Etsy deposit. So when opening up your account, I think we all know Etsy will put a small deposit into your bank account, normally less than 20 cents. And so if you either put in the incorrect bank details, or you just never get around to verifying how much of this deposit Etsy have put into your account on the Etsy system, then after a certain time, Etsy are just going to suspend you for this reason, because you could just be a bot or a spam account. And of course, if you didn't know, this verification is very simple to do and it can be done through the payment section of your Etsy dashboard. But again, this actually ties into the fourth reason you could have been suspended now, and this is because of an unpaid bill on a separate Etsy account. So annoyingly, when you open up a new Etsy shop, all of the money it costs to set up listings and everything, you need to pay manually if you don't have any sales balance on the account. And now this is one that really trips a lot of Etsy sellers up, okay? And you never even realize it. If you've got an old account open and you need to make a manual payment, and of course then you leave it because you forget about it or you don't realize, and it passes the due date of the payment, Etsy are gonna flag this, and of course they're not gonna be happy. And then if you try opening another account with an overdue bill on an old account, they're just gonna shut it down straight away until you pay that bill. So yeah, this one could be a pretty simple fix if it's the one that applies to you. But then moving on to the fifth reason that your account might have been suspended straight away, and this is just simply because it might have tripped the Etsy systems that they have in place to actually protect us. So for literally every single account that is made on Etsy, there are really strict automated checks that Etsy carry out on all of the personal information that you put in. And sometimes, even if you're putting in completely truthful, legitimate information, some of these checks can still flag up and you can literally still just get your account suspended for literally no reason at all. And this is actually exactly what happened to my second Etsy shop when I tried opening it up. And now it is actually a good thing that Etsy have all of these automated check systems in place, because of course it does help to protect sellers like you and me from people just making bots and loads of spam accounts on the platform. But yeah, as I said, this is something that does catch out plenty of legitimate Etsy sellers as well. So yeah, that's kind of all of the main reasons why your account may have been suspended immediately after opening it. And now I just want to take a look at some of the reasons why your account may have actually been suspended further down the line. So whether it be weeks, months, or sometimes even years down the line. And one of the main reasons I see happening to people all the time is because of consistent violations of Etsy's policies. So look, violation of Etsy policies, if you're drop shipping or you're doing anything like that, this is going to be your number one enemy. So every single physical item that's sold on Etsy has to fall within either the handmade, the vintage, or the craft supply item categories. And if people think your item doesn't fall into one of these categories, then you open yourself up to both sellers and customers being able to report you to Etsy. And of course, if you do get reported, this means that Etsy will then have to carry out a check on your account. And then of course, what normally happens is Etsy actually end up deactivating your items or deactivating your listings and then giving you a policy strike. And now in most cases, from speaking to a lot of other Etsy sellers, in general, you get around 3 policy strikes before you get an account suspension. But I have heard stories of people honestly getting their account suspended after just receiving 1 policy strike for violation of Etsy policies. And now if you wanted some specific help with this on Etsy, so very specific to your personal situation and your circumstance, then of course feel free to drop me a message on Instagram or email and I'd love to have a chat with you. Because as you know, I love working with you guys and my number one goal is to just get you guys earning money online and for you guys to have a successful Etsy shop. So I'd love to help in whatever way I can that works for you, whether it be a full in-depth one-on-one Etsy shop review, so looking over everything in your Etsy shop from top to bottom and then working together on how we can improve. Or maybe you prefer more of the one-to-one coaching route, which I've been doing a lot more of recently. I'm really just trying to help you get to that $10,000 a month mark on Etsy, which is of course my goal for everybody that I work with. So yeah, if you want to work with someone that's been there and done it, even earning upwards of $24,000 a month, which was something I was incredibly proud to achieve, then yeah, of course, feel free to drop me a message, Instagram, email, you know where to find me. But anyway, moving on to the next reason why you may have had your shop suspended further down the line, and this is because of IP infringement. So look, there are just some things that you cannot sell on Etsy because of either trademark or copyrighted information. So in a nutshell, you can't sell anything like fan art of superheroes, anything referencing celebrities or movies, and any trademark designs or even song lyrics. And look, if you're in doubt about anything, I'd say just play it safe because there's so many ways to make money on Etsy. You really don't need to be playing around in these sort of categories at all, in my opinion. So yeah, if your account was shut down immediately for suspectedly no reason, then I'm going to show you now how to get it back. So let's talk through the appeal process. Now, if you're temporarily suspended, you'll get a red banner at the top of your Etsy store saying this, and you're also going to get an email from Etsy. So to appeal this, you'll just want to go to contact Etsy or go through the help section to file an appeal from the seller's dashboard. And now this can be found through help and then contact us on your dashboard. But of course, if you're permanently suspended from Etsy, so if your actual account is suspended, of course you won't be able to log on and you'll have to email Etsy directly through this contact. And now this is important. When you appeal, you only get 1 chance at this, okay? So make sure it's professional. Don't throw any hate towards Etsy at all, okay? They don't deserve it. Your appeal is going to be looked at by a real human, so just be professional. So just make it clear to them that you are not infringing on any policies as far as you're aware of. Let them know as much information about your shop and what you intend to sell, how you intend to do it as you possibly can, and just make sure that they basically know exactly what your intentions are on Etsy. So when my Etsy shop got suspended, for example, this is actually the exact detail that I put in my appeal. So feel free to pause it and use similar text for yours if you want to. And of course it did work because around 10 days or so later, Etsy finally responded to me and reinstated my full account. So honestly, if your account was shut down for apparently no reason, then I'd 100% recommend you to strike an appeal. Because after all, if you're currently suspended and you haven't done anything wrong, then what do you have to lose by filing an appeal? And now, if your shop was suspended later down the line for breaching Etsy policies, you can of course still appeal, but I'm just going to give you a word of warning. This is one that is going to be a little bit more difficult, and although not impossible, it's going to require a little bit more work. Because of course, you're going to need to provide some very clear evidence that you haven't breached the policies that Etsy are actually accusing you of. So for example, if your shop was shut down for lots of violations of the handmade NDA policy, you're gonna have to clearly state to them that either you're the one designing these products or you're the one making these products. So chances are you're gonna have to provide some documentation or even a video of you designing / making the products yourself. And yeah, like I said, of course, this can be done, but just make sure that it's 100% up to the risk for you, because if this appeal gets rejected, then the chances are you're gonna get a permanent suspension and you won't be able to open any future Etsy accounts with any of the details that you used for this account that you appealed that remains suspended. And look, guys, honestly, if you have been suspended and you've been rejected to get your account back, just take it on the chin and treat this as a learning lesson. Because the fact that you've even opened up an Etsy shop in the first place and you have been a business owner is honestly, it puts you ahead of so much of the competition. And even what you'd have learned in that time is just gonna stand you in such good stead for the future for any business that you start afterwards. So I always say your business life is literally just full of wins and lessons, okay? And now, remember, if you want to learn from somebody that has made all of the mistakes and has also made some wins, feel free to contact me. I'd honestly love to work with you. But yeah, otherwise, feel free to check out this video. I think it's another one that might really help you. But yeah, as always, thanks so much for watching and I'll see you on the next one.